Well, breeze is something we're all rooting for this weekend, Mallory. I mean, I just love seeing that you don't have Saturday in red, at least for that extreme heat.
Not for the extreme heat. We do have a heat advisory now, though, for Saturday.
Okay.
So don't let your guard down completely, but we will start to see really that ridge of high pressure that we've had overhead start to break down a bit. So you'll notice here for the 4th of July, 94 is your forecast high in Louisville. But take a look at where all that heat is bubbling up. Triple-digit heat in Raleigh, in D.C. These are actual air temperatures for Saturday. 96 up in New York City, 97 in Atlanta. So we're certainly not the hottest spot on the map here by Saturday. And areas that have been very hot, Minneapolis, Chicago, they will start to see some relief as well with temperatures in the 80s. Meanwhile, out west, they're going to start to heat things back up. So you're still seeing your typical triple-digit heat in Phoenix and Vegas for this time of year. More 70s and 80s along the Pacific Northwest, and still some high 90s, it looks like, in areas like Salt Lake City, 90 degrees in Denver, mid-80s in Omaha, Nebraska for the 4th. But here are the current alerts in effect. You can see the pink, the orange, the red. We actually have an orange under our pink now, but for the time being, we are currently under that extreme heat warning today and tomorrow. That is due to heat indices around 105 or so in Louisville, and then higher where we're seeing the higher dew points in more rural areas. So your 7-day heat index trend, you can tell it's going to finally move in the right direction here. So 104 is your forecast tomorrow. Obviously, that's just one model output for that time of day, mid-afternoon. But we'll be around 105 again tomorrow for a heat index, near 100 for the 4th of July. And then you can see that decrease. That's as dew points start to decrease a tad, rain chances increase, and temperatures decrease as well. So it's kind of a combination of all of those things. But right now, it feels like temperatures, they're high all across the region here. We are up to 107 in Louisville. That is the highest heat index we've had all week so far at the airport. 108 down in Bowling Green, 101 in Nashville, 101 in Cincinnati, 104 is your heat index in Indianapolis. And satellite and radar, we actually have storms on the radar for the first time in days here in Kentucky. It's been nice to dry things out, even though it's been so hot. But you're noticing here some storms that are bubbling up more so in western Kentucky. And these are more so pulse-like thunderstorms. So some of them fire up and then kind of die out just where they were. But they can bring heavy rainfall, frequent lightning, and gusty winds. Just think of all the heat and humidity that we have in place across the area. They're able to tap into that. Your hour-by-hour futurecast through this evening should keep those storms off to our southwest. We'll have lows tonight back in the 70s, similar to the last several nights with mostly clear skies. Most of our Friday should be very similar to the previous days. Highs climb back into the low to mid-90s, feeling like the triple digits, but we'll start to see more of those spotty storms pop up. That's as that ridge of high pressure starts to push off to our east. And a lot of it wants to be around Kentuckiana before late evening, when we could see a few of those storms make their way into Kentuckiana. So we'll be watching that closely for you tomorrow. But your fireworks forecast for Saturday, as it stands at 10 p.m., a 20% chance for a shower storm, warm and humid with temperatures in the 80s at fireworks time. During the day, though, we could have a 30 to 40% chance of seeing storms. So as we always say, if thunder roars, head indoors. We did extend the weather impact due to the heat advisory. We just want everybody to stay safe for the holiday. Temperatures do cool, though, back into the upper 80s. By next week.
Yeah, I need to pay attention, obviously. I didn't see that the red had happened.
No, we just reissued that. So
okay.
Yes, it has been extended now through Saturday.
Yeah.
Just because so many folks are going to be outside.
Right.
And it's going to be hot and humid still at that point.
Oh, yeah, and it is July 4th.
Yes.
And I know you guys are talking a lot about the heat in this week's Whether or Not.
Yes, so we have a new episode of Whether or Not on WHAS 11+. So we're talking about heat and humidity. We're talking about flooding. We're talking about wildfires out west. And I believe we can hear a little bit about this week's episode right now.
Mm-hmm. If you ever walk around in a cornfield in the middle of summer, it's a bit unpleasant.
Corn sweat, that was something we talked about a lot in Nebraska and Iowa. So yeah, that's evapotranspiration.
There's a fancy name for it.
Yeah, use that in Scrabble sometimes. So it's like moisture that's coming out of the ground, coming out of the leaves and the plants, and it's just adding to the already humid
I've surveyed
environment.
in the middle of there, and it's like a sauna.
We had talked about corn sweat.
Yeah, I'm fascinated by that.
Yeah,
I'd never heard of it before.
So we talk more about that on Whether or Not, which of course you can stream anytime on the WHAS 11+ app. It'll be on tonight at 8 and also after the 11 p.m. newscast. So much to talk about this week with weather here locally and across the country.
Yeah, even